effing T Stewart. And this I'm gonna be coming to y'all of the land and living against another motherfucking dead. Hello, niggas. Where you all look? I'm here today to talk to you all about colorism, religion, and my conversation might get a little bit all over the place, but guess what? That's okay. Hello! And the reason why I really wanted to talk about colorism today as one of my main topics of motherfucking discussion is because I seen a post by this guy named Andrew Braxton the other day. He had four light skinned gentlemen that three had like one had gray eyes, one had green eyes, one had brown eyes, one just had regular dark brown eyes. And he said, is light skin privilege really a real thing? So I reposted it in my group. As you all know, I do have a successful gay male group called Thick Boys Rock on Facebook. I almost have about 9,000 members. I'm also a moderator for the Black Gentlemen's Gay Group on Facebook. And I just dropped this post in like several different other groups that I'm a part of. And like the discussion was so wide and like so rapid, and it was just so many different opinions, and it was a strong line of offense with some people with even bringing the discussion up. I think honestly that colorism is a little bit more uncomfortable to talk about the actual talking about the discrimination of gay people, because for one thing, backdated history on me. I'm a person that's a product of a very light skinned mother. Most brown skinned people, even dark skinned people, do have a very light skinned parent. But most brown skinned people do have a very light skinned parent. And my mother is a very light skinned woman. Um, Both her parents are very light skinned. My grandfather's from motherfucking Halifax County. Everybody throughout that whole damn city looked the fuck alike. Everybody light skinned with freckles like that motherfucker. My father is a brown skinned man. His mother is a medium brown skinned woman. His sister is a dark skinned brown woman. So I was a child who was closer to my darker skinned grandparent. So um, I have gotten to see what discrimination of colorism is like. Not preferably for me, but I've seen my grandparents. You know what? A lot of people in the comment section I've seen that were obliged to colorism, especially some of my lighter skinned brothers and sisters. Their comments enlisted, why are we talking about this? How have I benefited from light skin privilege? What is light skin privilege? And it's amazing to me that we have people during this time that actually can't identify what colorism is, acting like they don't know what it is when everybody know what the fuck colorism is. If you know anything, racism birthed colorism. It's his daughter. Um, it was just the blind eye that was turned. I think not only do heterosexual people turn a deaf's ear to colorism, but gay people turn a deaf's ear to colorism. So that's why I think that colorism is more uncomfortable to talk about than the discrimination of gay people, and actually talking about us as a whole community with the heterosexual cis community. I do think that a lot of people it's uncomfortable to talk about is because I think a lot of people love their parents and their grandparents to a fucking fault. A lot of people don't want to even bring up or even acknowledge that their parents and grandparents raised them very fucked up. And the reason why is because there's a lot of unconscious colorism that goes on. Just like when it comes to white people, it's conscious and unconscious racism when it comes to white people. I feel like either of the two, you can't avoid either of the two. That's just like colorism lives in us all. You have very dark skinned people that are colorist. I've seen it with my eyes. Um, I just think that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge the things that their grandparents and mothers and fathers said when they was growing up. And I think a lot of gay lighter skinned men came from the position as, well, I'm gay and I've been discriminated against, so how have I been offended by colorism? But what most people don't realize is that if you lived your everyday to day life in your own way with your everyday social challenges, you wouldn't know if you've benefited, but you wouldn't know it because you wouldn't know if you had a interview with a fellow other darker skinned brother or sister that was competing for the same job as you, and you got that position over her or him. You wouldn't know if you were in a club or in a space where you shared with several dark-skinned people and the police decided to target them over, so you wouldn't know that, or you wouldn't even acknowledge it because that's your norm. So you've benefited. It's just that you don't realize on how you benefited because you don't know what advantages. You just thought that it was your advantage and that it was your blessing. But honestly, you was being picked because you were lighter of skin. So I think that's how lighter skinned people turn a deaf ear because they thought they haven't benefited, but you have, because social economic development is very important. Um, I had two grandparents that loved me dearly, never, you know, never favored me, act funny towards me, but they had very fucked up colorist views. I would hear my grandfather call his darker skinned brother that black ass nigga. People think that just because they call somebody black ass and because they're black and you're black, because we're all black at the end of the day, there is some depiction in between it. Anytime you group out somebody by skin color, you are colorist. You don't see it that way because you want to feel in your mind that you just called them black ass because they black, but no, you may have called them really black ass deep in your mind because they were darker than you, and they were just your get back comment at the time. We all know that when in lines of verbal altercation, nothing is off the fucking table. I was a person that was, I had colorist views because of social economic development. My grandparents told me when I was growing up, well, you a little chubby gay boy, but at least you not black. See, you don't tell no child no shit like that because they will have unconscious colorism. And see, I didn't feel as though when somebody darker skin would say something to me, I would call them jigaboos, black ass. Like you don't, and I don't say nothing like that, even if I'm having a verbal altercation, which I don't have many because I do better and I am better. But I don't let that type of shit come out my mouth. It won't come out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ashamed to say I don't love my grandparents to a fault. Even my darker skin of grandparent has some unconscious colorist views. Colorism is the inevitable. You cannot avoid the shit. It's gonna fucking happen. Period. Colorism exists a lot in the black gay community. That's what motherfuckers really don't want to talk about. That's why they try to avoid the fucking conversation. I know this one guy. I think sometimes for some men, I feel as though when they may have had many social constructs, a lot of people say, when you're dark skinned and when you're big, you at a double disadvantage. If you see it that way and don't try to ship and shape and ship and kind of, shape the narrative differently. That's why I created Thick Boys Rock for my thicker gay black men so they wouldn't feel, you know, inferior or that they wouldn't feel like they had to conform or be accepted by heterosexual normalcies on how they see beauty for black people. Um, I know this one guy. He's kind of like shaped his body up. He looks better. But he chooses to hang around a lot of lighter skinned guys that are very muscular for acceptance. A lot of people do things for acceptance. Now, even though he's shaped and he's molding himself into a new environment of gay, shaping his whole friend dynamic. Um, Even in the picture, all the other light skinned gay guys kind of cling to each other, but yet he was standing by himself. See, that's when you believe that people are better than you, and you're not shaping your social economic development for true friendship. You need that heterosexual acceptance of beauty for black people. I tell people, hello, how you doing? I tell people, honey, when it comes, look, I've had my fair share of good looking men. I used to, one time I dated nothing but light skinned men. I had to reshape the way I thought about shit. Because a dark skinned chocolate berry king, Nubian king from down under came in my world and rocked my world upside down. Hello! And it was wonderful. I miss you all too. I love you all. Love, peace, and soul. Train to holler. Never swallow. Well, you may under the right circumstances. Hello! And it takes time. We're talking about colorism, by the way, you all. It takes time to reshape your thinking. Like I said, my grandparents had very colorist views. Not all the time, but they would say some colorist shit. My mama slightly. People think because people have dark skinned children, have brown skinned children, they're not colorist. That's not so. People feel as though because white women, Hispanic women, and Asian women have mixed black children that they're not racist. Not so. See, and I feel like black people go along with any old type of shit just to seem as though they're vernacular or that they're intelligent or that they don't think the norm. Colorism is a real fucking thing. People, and I had one gentleman tell me, well, I think this is more of a women's issue than a man's issue because color, the topic of the conversation has really been based and it's been it's really it started from basketball where I was the whole G and Evelyn thing, and I think with Evelyn and Shiny it's unconscious colorism. A lot of people have unconscious colorism. And he said, I don't really think it's a man issue. I said, no, not so. I said, if it's just a women's issue and you said it's not a man's issue, why you have so many gay athletes and celebrities that is not having melanin, brown skin, and dark skinned children? Because they don't want to have dark skinned children. A lot of people have a lot of internal self hate. They don't really see no value in themselves, so they don't want to reproduce anything that they don't even see value within themselves. So they don't want anything that reminds them of themselves. So that's what you call unconscious colorism. These athletes, these celebrities, you have something very few and far between want to have brown skin and dark skin Nubian children. That's why I would tell you all, this is where black people don't care about race. They don't care about reproducing. They don't care about furthering the black agenda. Because in the mid 1600s in Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Cuba, Hispanics were very dark because they had just started really the whole mulatto process of integrating black slaves that were first abolished in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Mexico first. They were first started to integrate. They first started to create all these mestizo children. They were very dark of skin. Now, when you go to Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Cuba, Dominican Republic, they've been whitewashed. You have some that are more Afrocentric, but you have a lot of these all Latinas are Afro-Latinas. They did start off that way. The original mestizos were very dark skinned, with very curly hair. Kind of remind you of the indigenous Australians a little bit, but just a little bit Eurocentric. They look more Euro looking in the face. But they've become whitewashed. That's exactly what's going to happen to black people in due time. Because we don't care enough about our history and furthering what we look like. Anytime you see a child and you say, oh, that's a pretty light-skinned child with green eyes, you made an unconscious colorist comment that you don't I don't say shit like that. It took time. It takes a lot of abuse on your mind to recondition your mind not to think that way or not to say shit like that. You won't hear me say any old light-skinned child with good hair. I'm not going that route. Half of them don't look good when they become adults anyway. Some do, some don't. And if you look at it, you have a lot of biracial people, some, not all, and you have a lot of light-skinned children that don't age the way darker-skinned and brown-skinned people do. That's why they're snatching up all these girls about the goddamn street and doing all the sex trade. And not only are they doing sex trade, they're putting black people's bodies in these science camps and taking their body parts the fuck apart is what the fuck they're doing, and dissecting, creating melanin pills for other majorities, because we are the minority, because they're trying to keep these people, they don't understand what's in our DNA to keep us looking youthful. It keeps us from not aging, while the traditional African is stronger than the traditional European. See, they don't understand that. They're not meant to understand it. They're trying to create all these science dissecting our brains from our head, the same way they did with the syphilis and AIDS epidemic in the what was that thing called, the experiment, the Stigi, I can't remember the name of the shit. It was a movie, and they did it. They was basically injecting the fucking vaccine in black people, syphilis. They did the same thing with AIDS and HIV in the 70s. Tuskegee, that's it. Thank you, Jaquan boy. Hello. They've been injecting. For one thing, I tell all you black people, and I've gotten better with this. I don't get every vaccine they advise me to get, because I feel as though everybody getting cancer. Most people gonna have one form of cancer. They truly are. Throat cancer, eye cancer, nose cancer, lip cancer, liver cancer, toe cancer, foot cancer, skin cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, back cancer, ass cancer, dick cancer, pussy cancer. It's the inevitable, like inevitable colorism, inevitable racism. The shit is just inevitable. But it's really because, even this one lady talked about it She does dreads, and she said a lot of people from Jamaica, when they come over here and they've been growing beautiful locks, why they start to thin out because of the food options, and the vegetables are not as fresh as they is in the United States as it is over in Jamaica and other Caribbean and tropical um continents and states and countries. um Everything from Walmart is farm grown. Anything farm grown, you are subject to get cancer to it, because anything that's reproduced really fast, the quality is not going to be the same. That's why I told my nephews and all of them, don't be pushing for them to legalize marijuana, because if they is, the cancer is going to be in the fucking marijuana. Because they're going to try to put things in it to grow it fastly, because it's going to be high in demand. Anything that's high in demand, it's not good. Y'all rush to get them chicken sandwiches. Guarantee you they had cancer in it. A lot of y'all, some of y'all gonna get cancer in the next 4 to 5 months. Y'all was rushing to y'all death trying to eat them damn fucking chicken sandwiches, fucking pie pies. Hey, really, BTV? Hey, boo, hello. And it's just bad how colorism is. I see Black America lighting up. Black America is lighting up. It's whitening. Black people don't care. And one thing about black men I don't understand is that black men will be all in the headlines, all on YouTube, all on Instagram and Facebook, talking about the colorism. Because black men, they talk about being profiled by the police. They'll talk about racism at the job. But they never see racism when it comes to their dick. I've never have gotten it. They don't see racism when it comes to their dick. They will sell their soul and do some crazy shit for the white man's prize. Me and somebody else had a discussion the other day about, biracial love. And I said, it's cool. I don't really get that deep into the shit. It's whatever you really want to go do with your fucking life. I said, but it's not for me. Somebody said, well, what makes interracial love not for you? But I got what they were trying to say. I try not to act like I don't see what people are saying. You do have a lot of black men that are in very productive relationships with white men because of the stigmas you face, like colorism, religion, body shaming. Just not with the heterosexual community, but it's even more prevalent. Anything that's a social issue in heterosexual community, it doubles in the gay community. It's like it just intensifies that much more. Unfortunately, that's how life is. I'm not bitter, not upset. I know it's nothing that I can do about it, but just talk about it and bring it up as a discussion. But he said, why is it that you don't want to interracially date? I said, I love black people. I have an unconditional love for black people. What I mean by that is I like everything about being black. The ratchetness, the ghetto-ness, the speech, the broken English. Anything about being black I love. And when I have an uncontrollable desire for black people. So it's not in my mind as though it's a choice to be with anyone else. Not an Afro-Latina, not an Asian, not a Hispanic, not a white man. Nobody but black and African. Don't get me wrong, we can even go to race. In really the broader spectrum of shit, we are all under the mestizo race card. Black people, Latinos, Brazilians, Dominicans, a lot of Jamaicans, Barbados. But I've always, some people have issues. Black people say I'm not African American. I wish people stop. I don't mind saying I'm African American because I'm 80% African is what my DNA card read. So I'm cool with it. That's mostly who I am anyway. See, when you choose not to identify or choose to deflect, that's like when people say, I don't like the really faggot, punk, shit don't bother me none. You're not gonna call me one, but the term of it does not bother me. But I don't say it. Nigga, shit like that. Slut, hoe, prostitutes, anything anybody may call me, it's not gonna it's not gonna cause a strong offense to me because I've identified myself that way first. So when I identify myself with the harsh realities of everything that I've done and some of the things that I am, the blow will be less when somebody else hit me with the shit. I don't set myself up like that. Like shit just don't exist. Like shit ain't quite there. Like racism quite ain't there. Colorism quite ain't there. The shit is here and is in full of fucking effect. Black America is lighting up so bad to the extent that everybody in my family got a light skinned child. No shade. Ain't nobody really got no white girlfriend, no white husband, nothing, because we don't really do that. But it's enough light skinned people on my mama's side of the family that everybody's still producing, counter producing black light skinned children. I went over my dad's mom the house the other day. Her nephew brought in her great niece. Y'all, I was so happy to see a dark skinned and brown skinned child. I was about ready to motherfucking cry. That's a damn shame. And I took many pictures of this baby. I might put one in my community feed. But she is gorgeous. She was holding an apple. I said, oh my God, I just want to kiss you and love you to pieces. Because I don't even see dark skinned and brown skinned children in my family hardly no more. I tell people, you don't always do your children a justice. You do them an injustice. My brother has four biracial children. I think it's safe to say my other brother will have them too. I mean, it happens. I don't hate it, but we're not furthering the black agenda. We're just not. And it's disheartening to me because even my nephew, um, that's what I'm saying. I want a child to look like me. I want a child to look like my grandmama or my granddad that was dark skinned. I want children to look like me. I don't want no curly haired children with blue eyes, green. I don't want no ginger babies, even though I come from a very rich, dark, ginger background on my mama's side. God bless them. I love my mother to death. Me and my mother are very close. If I have a child look like her, I would love it. You know, it would be a representation of who my mother is. I love my mother. But I wouldn't mind having a dark skinned, beautiful chocolate berry child. It would just be the most beautiful thing because I'm just so tired of this shit going on all the goddamn time. Every time I turn around, somebody got a light skinned child. Light skinned child with good hair. I mean, every time somebody, my cousin come tell me, I got you see my child prince. Oh, it's another light skinned child with curly hair. They come one in a million these days. They everywhere. Every time. And that's what and it makes white America more disturbed than it does black America. That's what really scares the people in the White House is that not only is white America lightening up, but white America is darkening the fuck up. That's the real tease. That's the real tease why the government is in hand getting these black women up off the street because they the one producing the kids. That's why so many black women get missing. It's a government and White House thing. Y'all don't see that shit? Share this fucking video and subscribe and put this shit on y'all face. This is a state and country emergency. They could not abolish abortions because the more white women get abortion than black women, so they decide to take all the black women to fuck up off the street as many as they can to keep them from reproducing children. They don't want to see these black children going around here. They trying everything they can to do population control of black people. And they knew the number one hit is to take these black women up off the street. Because their parents don't got no decency in there enough to make sure they has got a ride to school and a ride home and police they fucking children. That they children getting snatched the fuck up off the goddamn street every goddamn day. 75,000 black women miss. That's a fucking country fucking emergency is what the fuck that is. It's taking over in California. Racist as hell towards black people, even though they Afro-Latino. They racist as fuck. I'm like Umar Johnson say, people that want to date Afro-Latino, it's nothing wrong with it, but if you don't identify as being black in your brain, I can't fool with you because for one thing, you're going to put that shit down like cultural appropriation. You're going to pick it up and put it down as you attempt to use it. And when you are in a space full of black people, I see people that's racially ambiguous do this all the time. When you are in a space with black people, you're going to pick it up. And then when you're in a space with your lighter or whiter counterparts, you're going to put that shit the fuck down, which is a very dangerous thing. It's something that I don't want to be a part of. That's just like when white people say, well, if we can't use the word, should nobody use the word, then black people come behind them and say, I don't think anybody should say it. Stop doing shit like that. We can say nigga, niggas, niggalas was a word of royalty with Ethiopians. That's where it was originally created, with Ethiopians as a sign of royalty, niggas. We decided to cut it short and ER a nigger. Black people decided to capitalize and call it nigga. It's a line and a word of royalty. Fuck fuck with them people be telling y'all shouldn't use the word, or should nobody use the word. We can use that shit. It's a love, a fellowship between black Afrocentric people. For one thing, them Hispanics and them Latinos is down in California taking over. Their racist here towards the black people. See, when the police officer go into the Hispanic neighborhood, I've seen this done on World Star Hip Hop, on YouTube. They will keep police officers from taking they girls and from taking they boys. Like, they'll fight the police. They already told you, they'll fight the police. They'll shoot up. They'll rally together and create a goddamn war. Black men don't want to protect their black women. They'll fight their black women. They'll call them bitches, sluts, hoes, prostitutes, and they don't want to have dark skin and brown skin and dark skinned children. Y'all fuck. Black women, I feel sorry for you because y'all fuck when it comes to these black men. Y'all fucked as fuck. And it's a damn shame. And it can be changed through sharing my video and through really having the discussion. People say, well, what is this discussion going to capitalize on? Like, what is this discussion going to do talking about colorism? It's going to make people aware of unconscious colorism. Many people have been affected by colorism because, see, a lot of people don't want to hold their grandparents and aunts and uncles who kept their ass while their mama had to go to work accountable, and hold their ass fucking accountable. I got a friend right now that's in deep therapy. That's an alcoholic because of colorism. Her daddy, who was from what's that place called in the Korea, Antigua. He came to Brooklyn, married her mom, which is a very dark-skinned girl. This is where they had a very beautiful dark-skinned daughter. She said she don't like nobody tell her she pretty for a dark-skinned girl. It makes her really mad. I said the shit one time when I first met her. I never said the shit again. I tell people when they meet her, do not say that shit to her. It pisses her the fuck off. That's colorism. Unconscious colorism. Her dad cheated on her mother for a lighter skinned woman with brown eyes. He had two lighter skinned children. Her father is really a multimillionaire in DC, in Maryland, Mitchellville. I've been to his fucking house. He stayed beside one of the fucking Baltimore Ravens. He got a big mansion of fucking made. When I went up in there and stayed for the weekend, when I tell you he treated that girl like she was shit and treated them boys like they was gold, let her know that she don't come in his house crying, upsetting his sons like they wasn't her fucking brothers. Her mother died 2 years ago from basically neglect. If she would have had a man that was worth something, would have cared for her, made sure she had the proper health care, she probably would have died. She had a very severe lung disease that's not frequently diagnosed. And she died. I miss Miss Joy. She was really cool, real reserved lady, but to the point they play no bullshit. These women are dying from neglect from black men. The black men don't want to protect these Nubian chocolate, brown skin chocolate women. They don't want to. They want to fuck them. By him not take care of him and talk scandalous about him. Then get with a fat white woman or a fat Latino or a fat Asian that don't wear no makeup and treat her like gold. Black men's minds have been fucked up and conditioned in a very fucked up way. But you have some black women that are the same towards white men. I got one cousin. She on my mom's side is nothing but light skinned people. My grandfather had all six boys. My great grandma had one dark skinned child, very chocolate child. He has had a very dark skinned child through his offspring, his grandchildren, and he has one dark skinned granddaughter. She don't want to have no children look like her. She done had two very high yellow children with curly hair. I think one of them was from a white man with green eyes, and one was from a very light. She don't want to have no dark skinned children. And the thing about they talk about colorism. Colorism is in the Dominican Republic. Colorism is in Jamaica. With the skin bleaching and everything. Colorism is in Mexico towards the Afro Latinas, towards the more European centric Latinas. They all say they deal with this. Afro Asians in the Philippines that are mixed with Melanesian bloodline, which is the black people with blonde hair that originally made it from Africa that they call Pacific Islanders that are in Melanesia. But colorism is everywhere. It's really bad. It's sad. If the Jamaicans, the Haitians, the Dominicans, the Mexicans, the blacks, the Brazilians, the people from Guyana, Papua New Guinea, Melody, if we all came together and came to one continent and said, fuck everything, we could take over this motherfucker. But black people are so scared. coming over to the United States and don't know what racism is, thinking that white people. A lot of Africans tell me that when they are in Africa, and they're trying to come to America for citizenship. They are told that white people are really awesome and great. And some of them are. That they are awesome and great, and that there's no racism here in America, and America is a land of opportunity for the free and for everything, and that and really some of them really don't see it when they get here. And this one black man, I had a couple of people that don't see racism, but it's because you don't want to see it. You've been scrutinized against, but you're trying to avoid it because you don't. A lot of people don't like to accept when they're not celebrated or tolerated. A lot of people can't take rejection. So not to take rejection, you just avoid it, act like it's not going on. You will ignore the shit to keep from feeling rejected in your mind. Now let's cross over to religion. Religion and colorism about go hand in hand. You know what? I have a lot of people in my family. I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in Jesus, which is fine for me. Whatever you decide to believe in, that's your business. I don't knock you. I'm with the shit. Anything that keeps you in some type of moral compass to keep you on the right track, do it. I don't care what it is. If it keeps you sound, sound, and mind from killing somebody or hurting yourself, because everybody needs something to keep their moral compass together. That keeps you from really doing really fucked up shit and like committing all type of fucking crime and wanting to kill and destroy every goddamn body. Do it, honey. Hello. Do the shit, for real. So, I don't believe in Jesus because I feel like I know better. But I don't feel that most people understand what they believe in. A lot of people feel like they know God and they really don't know God. They was depressed. Um, they were abused and misused by life, and they sit in this place and they hear music that is speaking to the soul. And when you hear music, music is healing for the soul. I still like gospel music to this day, even though I'm not Christian. I don't believe in Jesus. When you hear music like that that captivates you, it can send you through an erotic and filled with anxiety where you will cry. And when you flush all that stuff out of you and you're hearing this angelic music, you're hearing these drums, you will feel like you've been saved. But that ain't really, you ain't really got to know Jesus, not really, but you would think you have. See, the church make you feel as though you really, the demons rebuked out of you when you really having a nervous breakdown in a building with music. That you're getting all these toxins out and you're hearing holy music. You're healing, you're listening to music that is healing for the soul, but you will feel like you just got saved. When that's really not it. See, I'm like Gennard's Broccoli, which is called CeeLo Green. That song called Sometimes You're Crazy. And he said, you just know too much. I know too much about life. I know men. I know colorism. I know how religion shit is. I know how people can fuck with your mind badly. And how you believe in a whole bunch. Can lead millions of people to believe this shit. For one thing, the whole thing about you shall pray, you shall repent and be forgiven for all your sins. Hey, that Bible and not believe, but yet you think God is black. But yet you are reading a holy book that was constructed by the Lutheran and Catholic Church. It's no way you can believe God is black, but yet read a white man's Bible. See, that shit don't go hand in hand. The Bible is not aligned with most people's day-to-day life any fucking way. There's no way you gonna sin every day and every day, because you gonna do it. How that Bible is aligned. You gonna sin every day. There's no way around it. So you gonna know you gonna sin every day. Ain't shit you can do about it. But you gonna ask forgiveness every day and go to heaven. Okay. Somebody can rape me. And the only thing they got to rape me, violate me, and kill me. And the only thing they got to do is ask for forgiveness. But if I get raped, and if I got all types of mental disorders from being raped, I done became bipolar, paranoid, schizophrenic, man, depressant, and I drink with mental issues. If I don't forgive them, I've sinned. That shit don't align right to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I know better as a human to believe shit like that. For one thing, I'm really not a scared person. I truly am not. I am a person that needs to help lead people because I'm not afraid to leap out on faith and really talk some sense into folk. A lot of people have used religion or what they thought they were the matriarch of the black family, normally it's the black grandmother, to make unwise life decisions for children and grandchildren. To, I put it to you like this. It ain't no more grandmas like it used to be, and I miss, because the grandmas ain't who they used to be no more. I was raised by a big mom. I love my grandmas, but you got a lot of people that had a lot of grandparents should not have been raising them. No shade, because for one thing, I'm not a church sissy. I never have been. For the people that are part of the church sissy community, everything that entails that you are a part of, y'all need to stop that, because it's not for you. It's not built for you. It has nothing to. It doesn't line up anywhere near your moral compass. But for a lot of people, it's fellowship. It's how they get together with their families on Sunday. That's what the black religion is. It's a place for you to congregate with your family on Sunday. People that was born and raised in church. It's really a family reunion every Sunday. Is all this shit. It really, because people ain't really paying attention to the word. Not like that. They'll speak it to have. Some people are not really academically smart, but they are religiously smart, because that's the only thing they've ever had any literacy compass towards. That's the only thing they've ever been able to read in and out and through and honestly know. You know what I'm saying? And half of them didn't read it. They was told, and they had a photographic memory of what was said to them page by page. So it makes you feel like you know something, that you're smart in some type of area. That's all that breaks down black religions, what I just told y'all. And get people to unite on Sunday and eat a lot of unhealthy food and drink a lot of sweet tea and a lot of sweet lemonade. And if that's what y'all family entails, I'm all for. At least y'all come together. Fuck, I ain't got shit to do with it. I know that ain't what I do. This one person told me that I'm still cool with to this day. We kind of separate a little bit. She said, "Well, Stephen, are you and your family gonna forever have cookouts and drink and shake y'all ass and listen to loud music?" I said, "Well, it ain't no different than you and your family going to church every Sunday. Don't none of y'all like each other, but y'all talk about each other all day and out. You know how much sex going in the black church, just heterosexual and homosexual. Like, I feel like most churches are built on sex. All motherfuckers do is fucking. They fuck morning, noon, and night. Them people fuck in church. I feel like with me, you have so many violators that's in the church. They coming out every day. These preachers are getting out, not even being gay, cheating on their wife, being dogs, sluts, hoes, prostitutes. Hello. Because suppression equals aggression. When you suppressing sex, really going out to the club, wanting to be a known person, hang out with your friends, going to the mall, wanting to hang out with your friends, going out in the world and living a normal life, it equals aggression and other behavior like being an on the low alcoholic, sexual addiction, on the low drug. See, suppression equals aggression. You can't suppress every goddamn thing about a normal fucking life that you should have. Because I got this one guy I know, got married, knew he was gay, divorced, he got a child. He's real living out loud in college. It's not happy for him. They said, this is how you know somebody's been abused by religion. He went out to gay pride with him and his homeboys to Miami. Motherfucker said the nigga woke up and said, "I have a word." And it's right outside on the sand where all the people was at the gay pride uh, ocean front and started preaching. Something ain't right. When you start doing stuff like that, you will throw it off. There's a lot of people, but it's a lot of people like that. They get thrown because it's been embedded in him. He probably woke up singing church and go to sleep in church. And couldn't go to the mall. Couldn't have sleepover over his home. Over his male friend's house growing up. Couldn't go to little teenage club. Little teenage. That's all that boy know how to do. Take that from him. That boy might kill himself or die. And for people that, like I said, people that really need it on that level, I understand. Because that's all you got. This one guy he said, people talk about religion and, that it's a false narrative. That's all I got. And for some people, that's all they do have is that. I get it. Trust me. I get colorism. I get racism. I get religion. All of it is a composition to control the black man. And it controls black people very well. That's why a lot of people indulge in colorism and sleeping with white women, because really the top of the chain of the Catholic and Lutheran church and just the religion of the whole is the white man and the white woman. So anything that is fed into your brain as to excel, to be at the richest caliber of extreme platform or example of Christianity. You are exemplifying a white man and a white woman and serving a white God. So you're going to indulge in things like racism and colorism and misogyny and all these factors which keep me from not dealing with nobody these days. Because I know when a relationship happens, especially with a gay black man, under all these conditions that I've just talked about, I'm going to deal with 5 out of the 5, if not 2 out of the 5, if I'm lucky and if I've been blessed, not by Jesus, but if I have good luck, I may deal with 1 out of the 5. It's very rare. I'm going to deal with all these attributes when it comes to people, all these fucked up ways. It's so many. I can't even get with it. But it's just sad, you know. And all of these things, the religion and colorism, is the decreasing of the black melanin family, is the decrease of black men protecting black women. You have to deal with all this shit. Is the decrease why a lot of gay men will grow old and single and will grow in wealth and education, will never really will have no family, and half of them will be in nursing homes when they get sick, with no one to take care of them because they could not find love and they could not extend their mind past what they knew. You have a lot of these gay men that are killing themselves because of the church and because no one teaches these kids what to do if you are gay. A black mother, a black heterosexual mother and father cannot teach a child that. One thing these parents, black parents, need to get their minds information to do is talk to your children about colorism. Talk to your children what to do if they befriend someone that is gay or if they do become gay. Have a system set up, black parents that want your kids to be successful, but yet y'all go send them to white high schools and white colleges, a better education, but you decrease the value of love and sympathy for their people. Got an aunt right now, son don't like nothing but light skinned girls, probably some white girls too. He don't want to talk about it. I tried to introduce him to a brown skinned girl with short hair. He said she don't got no long hair. He don't like nobody look like his mama. I know somebody else, son didn't marry nothing but white women. They don't want nobody to look like their mama. That's that develops PTSD and post traumatic stress syndrome. Somewhere along their lines, they had some post traumatic stress, and you never really got no help. You sent them all white and great integrated middle schools, and I went to one too. Don't get me wrong. I graduated from all white high school, but I went to all black high schools first and an all black elementary school. I knew what it was like to love my people, to the ratchetness, to the most cleanest and educated of them all. I loved my people first before I decided to go into these other areas of schooling and education. And I feel like it's a very big distance because you're shaping and you're forming social economic development for your kids. Be careful. People are always worried about Lizzo and when she's showing her ass. Y'all not worried about y'all goddamn kids. People always say, oh, we together for the kids. Y'all motherfuckers, stop putting the kids as an scapegoat for why y'all want to stay together. These dysfunctional ass relationships. Most of y'all do more harm than staying with y'all husband and separating and being a separate entity and providing for y'all kids productively. Kids can know when they daddy really ain't loving on their mama. Kids know when their mama really ain't loving on their fucking daddy. Now, to give the kids more credit, because when they come 20 and 30, they'll say, well, mom and dad, I didn't want to tell you, but I knew shit wasn't right. Y'all talking about Lizzo showing her ass. Have y'all walk through the house naked? Bad body. Half of you fixing your kids' breakfast and shit. Half of you cussing, screwing. Your kids walking in on you screwing. Y'all don't care nothing about them goddamn. When y'all sending them kids to them all white high school and colleges, y'all really don't care about your goddamn kids then. Because you're not furthering the black agenda. So I'm tired of people using their kids for everything. People love using these kids because people don't give a fuck about their kids to some degree. You used to go say, I don't want my Steffi, you not looking at all that cussing. You not looking at all that cussing on TV. That's all you look at. I tell my mama, you cuss every day. So what's the difference? Shit align with you all's religion, the Holy Bible, that you all are reaching so hard to be saved. None of the shit that people do aligns with the Bible. So how are you gonna walk into the kingdom of heaven? It don't make sense to me. I just feel like I know better than to believe everything everybody tell me. I ain't doing all them vaccines. I ain't going Jesus. I'm not conforming to racism nor colorism. I don't need heterosexual acceptance. I don't need colorist